Who are you? And who was I? Oh, hi. Hey, some. Thank you for being the first one in the chat. And awesome. Arms. Mm. So, since you're the only one here, and you're the first one here, um, what do you think I should do? Mm. How about I draw you a picture? So show off my art skills, but I'll also talk a little bit about myself and what's been going on, and why I'm not so jittery and all that. I'll be right back. Who's there?
Who's there peeking in the door hole? Wow. I just want to tell you, your desk is like real awesome. That really does fit you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I was going to ask you, did you accidentally pick up a black composition book and album? Because I'm missing mine again.
No, I haven't even been in y'all's room.
Okay. So, I'm trying to put money on Demarcus' books. I gotta find that book to that's looking at.
I haven't even looked at my composition books yet, and all my composition books are in that box right there.
Alright. I was gonna talk to you today, but I was tired.
No.
And you left about else and stuff. That's not nothing bad. But I'll talk to you about it. I guess when's the next time you're off? Thursday?
I don't gotta work tomorrow.
Well, I gotta leave early.
You got a meeting to go to?
Yeah, I gotta
And Shawnee.
yeah, I gotta leave early. I'm gonna be gone all freaking day.
Okay.
But I'll chop it up with you Thursday before I go to work. I
Okay.
gotta go to work Thursday at 5:30, so we don't have a car.
All right.
All right, take care of yourself for the rest of the night. Chill.
All right. Guess I waited too long. Well, guess I'm alone. Guess I'm alone again. Oh, that sucks. But I'll stay on as long as I need to.
You all right?
Yeah.
You sure? Check your account lately?
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay.
Still pending.
Have you checked your TurboTax account? Or did we do yours H&R Block?
TurboTax.
Okay. Well, you might want to log on and see what it says, if it says anything at all.
Okay.
Just check it.
You're right. It's all right. Since nobody is on the chat, I'm going to practice my artwork. I'm going to use designer references, like little character designs to help me get my forms and stuff. Because, why not? And I can see what I can come up with. So apologies if I'm taking too long. I'm trying to find references and stuff. And how about I tell you a little bit about the series I'm making? So it just helps give you a creative idea of what I am doing. And let's go with one that I've been really trying to put in all my focus on. I've written down anime ideas all throughout my little notepad, little summaries to kind of jog my memory from time to time so I know what I'm working with. And how about I start drawing a little I'll just start talking, I guess. I'm trying to make a kind of shonen jump. Hey, how's it going, buddy? I haven't heard from you in a while. Can you hear me okay? This my boy over here, Guzzly Wolf. Oh, no, Guzzly Grizz. You changed it. Meh, still cool. I mean, I like it. I have a friend of mine who's at work. I work, a 9 to 5 job and all that. I'm not like a famous YouTuber or anything. And I'm just working out like, like everybody else. I'm not big and famous. I'm not as cool as PewDiePie or Markiplier and all them, Jacksepticeye. But I do know that I I know where I want to be, and I know who my fans are. All the people who will help strive me to be the better me than I'm going to be now. Because, being me is great because it's only me I am. But that's not what we're talking about. But it is part of the discussion, about anything. Before I start drawing, let me truly think about what I'm trying to do. I hear you, buddy. It is. Excuse me. Just had to blow some dust in the air. I'm going to use. Hold on. Let me use this guy right here as a reference. I'm going to use him as my reference. He has no name right now that I know of. Wait, I think I remember. Lucas. That's his name. Lucas. So I'm going to use Lucas as a reference to the story I'm trying to make. And I will be drawing him specifically, which on my other up-to-date live stream video, this is him right here. That guy right here. Yeah, him right there. Yeah. So I'm going to use him as my reference. And yes, he's my character trademark. You can't use him. You can't have him unless you're just trying to give me money. Thank you. Thanks, cousin. Yeah, Guzzly is my cousin, if anybody ever watches the stream. Because I will be uploading it to my channel. It'll probably be one of my longest videos since I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, I kind of have a backstory for him. Kinda. He's part of what I call in my series a house. They're pretty much like the schools of magic and stuff like that. He's part of a ninja like school. I don't really have much to go on from him specifically because I haven't really had a chance to actually talk and address him in any way possible. He's not the main character of the series, but he is the big plot point to the characters. He's like that Neji Hyuga Levi kind of character, just like an all around badass, if I do say so myself. He has dark skin. I believe he's got white hair, like a lot of anime characters. Um, because a he's part of an what is it called? Uh yeah, I'm horrible. I know. He's part of a forgotten city, kind of like Atlantis or Wakanda, where everybody has this specific hairstyle, and they're not all dark skinned with blonde hair. They're like all different shapes and colors and stuff like that. It's just the one thing that they have in common is that hairstyle. Well, not hairstyle, hair color. And that hair color isn't just there for show. Sorry, I'm trying to rest my arm somewhere, so I'm putting it on my thigh, and my elbow on my thigh, all that good stuff. And I guess you can think of it as Wakanda, but picture everybody having what Black Panther's power, but the whole like invulnerability, that kind of thing, where he heals, where he can't die easily. Just remember that I'm drawing him as a as I kind of saw him. Um, well, he's a character I just kind of drew for a friend of mine. He wanted me to draw him a character, so I ended up drawing him a character. And I liked his design so much that I kept the character, I guess, since the guy never truly claimed him. But I would still uh, give him reference and all that. And if I ever, make it big, I can say, "Oh yeah, this is the person who I got it off of," and who wanted me to draw a character. And I drew him a character, but he never actually came to get him or anything like that. And I told him he can have him. He just told me to draw him a character, and well, this is what I came up with. Let's see how the chat is. You still with me, cousin? Or are you just, enjoying the show? Let me know you're alive. Hold on a sec. Anime characters with do rags design. They all went to dark skinned characters. Wow. I don't know if that's racist or flattering. And now I'm drawing him in my style. Not, I really haven't perfected my style, so he may look similar to like a Dragon Ball Z character. That's the one thing you can know about me. My original art style was a lot like Dragon Ball Z because I used to draw a lot of Dragon Ball Z pictures, and I used to draw Dragon Ball Z and Bleach and Naruto, and I just kind of made my style based off of all three of them. Sorry, One Piece, but in I guess in my line, you aren't part of my main three. But don't get me wrong, I love One Piece. I love One Piece. My favorite character on there is Sabo. Here's a fun fact about me. I'm a big Sabo fan. How I became a Sabo fan was my older brother when he got into One Piece. I mean, we all watched One Piece together back on Toonami and on what's it called? One Piece and that Toonami and Four Kids, and we loved that One Piece rap. That was one of the main things that drew us to it, and it was something. It's just we didn't get into it as much as we were kids because we were big Dragon Ball fans at the time. So, and Dragon Ball Z was still like our thing. Only when Ace died, bless his soul, and spoilers for people who haven't watched it. Um, Ace is my older brother's favorite character. My little brother, he likes Sanji, but if we were going to be the three, the three brothers of One Piece, my little brother would be Luffy, I would be Sabo, and my older brother would be Ace. That's how that would work. My favorite character on Dragon Ball Z was always a tie between Vegeta and Gohan because Gohan, I just loved how his character looked and how he was drawn and everything, especially Ultimate Gohan when he had the one bang and he still has black hair. I just really liked that, and it made me truly start liking characters who that look just plain. And I guess that actually helped inspire me to draw characters the way I do. Is that Gohan was he looked like a plain character, but he was just so powerful. If that makes sense. What inspired me to draw would have to be my older brother. He he could draw, but he never perfected his style. I liked how my older brother drew so much that I found my own style after a while. And my older brother, he just kind of stopped drawing altogether, which kind of disappointed me because I wanted to have a kind of rival relationship with him, which we still kind of do, but there's no time in the day for it. He's got work, I've got work, and it's not bad. It's just, we got other things to do. We got more priorities and to check out and all that. And I can relate to it. I'm not gonna make the whole entire character's body and everything. I'm just making the head view and seeing what he looks like when he has his specific normal clothes and stuff on. Basically, Lucas, I wanted him to be, like I said, like Neji and all them. And I wanted them to have that uniqueness to them, or to him specifically. And I wanted to keep him that way. He's kind of plain looking. He's kind of, uh, he just has that kind of unique feel that looks plain, but draws you in because he's got a specific like hair piece or do rag or lines on his face. That kind of thing that made Neji Neji or made Levi Levi. just an all around badass character. He's just a character to be badass to be that badass. I'm not gonna try to like kill him off or anything unless it's, good for the story or something like that. But I won't do that to y'all. Not right now. Besides, I don't even know his character that well yet. I guess to tell you, he's more like he's like the muscle without anybody telling you that he's the muscle. He's the he's the one with the unique powers. That's what the blonde, well, not blonde, the white hair is for. The white hair means that you're born with a gift. They're not individual. Like if you were just born with that, you get a specific power that's your own. You can make it your own, but you're going to have the same abilities as a person who else has white hair, unless they dyed their hair that way. And I'm going to make it to where if you see that specific character with what looks like dyed blonde hair, white hair and natural white hair. And I'll keep it in that kind of variety. Now, Lucas, he is this, like I said before, he's kind of like the muscle without you, everybody telling them that he is the muscle. He is, he's a very nice individual. And he does whatever he can for like his clan, his people, stuff like that. But he doesn't know where he came from, except the main character does, because the main character also has dark skin, which really doesn't matter, and white hair. But his are dreadlocks. Yeah, that probably got y'all hooked on this. Who's ever in the stream right now. But I would say that mostly the people he's with, because I want them to be sages in more varieties than one. Like if you're a sage, you're usually a sage in um, a specific field. And let me look up what a sage is. I'll even do the whole Google search thing. You might not be able to hear it very well, but I will, and I'll just explain to you what it is. What is a sage? Because I need to know myself if I'm going to make a story based around it. What is a sage?
According to Wikipedia, a sage, in classical philosophy, is someone who has attained the wisdom which a philosopher seeks.
What does sage mean?
Here's the definition of sage. An aromatic plant with grayish-green leaves that are used as a culinary herb, native to southern Europe and the Mediterranean.
What's a philosopher?
According to Wikipedia, a philosopher is someone who practices philosophy, which involves rational inquiry into areas that are outside either theology or science.
Uh-oh. Someone's looking like they need my help. What's this? Well, that didn't really help much on the whole sage thing. I guess it did. Well, I guess I will say that a sage is someone who seeks out something. And whatever that something is, they seek it out and do it. Here's what I got so far on Lucas. That's Lucas. That's his normal attire. And I'm really digging the do-rag look. And I know there's a couple characters like with a do rag look like in Ra Ra Ra, Roanoa Zoro references. Even though Zoro only uses his do rag when it's when he's being serious. I think this is a too grown looking Lucas. I guess if you I don't want to give you guys too much information on the series I'm trying to make because spoilers, but I do want you guys to know what what is going on in it, I guess. But Lucas, I don't know. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. What is going on?
I walk around like that nigga. Finger on the trigger. If a nigga want
Oh my gosh, those are friends. Summer, the message you sent with all that text right there, it almost got the whole needed to block it or not. I know you're just trying to be playful and all, but be careful. You can't say any really bad things on the stream. Okay, back to do-rags and Lucas and all that. Alrighty. I don't really have a decent name for my series. I can tell you things about it, but not much about like the name for it. Hey, Sammy Lager. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. My bad. Oh. Hey, I forgot it was you. Hi. I really need like a rest like this. It's just I got a lot of stuff on my new desk. All right, let's see if I can readjust it just a little bit. It's gonna take a break, a little break. I'm neck's getting tired. I'm a tall guy. The screen's like right here, or the camera. Yeah, drawn on a cup. Drawn on a cup. It's already been an hour. Little cat. You see this guy right here, the one with the weird, you know, Kiba. Love you too, Sammy. Uh, those aren't gonna probably be there. I just like the character itself. Hashtag go to Sammy's YouTube channel. She makes adorable 20-second videos because she's awesome. And the character I just showed you, him, I would say this girl on this cup, those two are always together. And I didn't think of it at the time when I drew on it. So, they're just on there to be on there. You're welcome. I'm sorry, I'm a little hunched over. I should really get a prop for this. So it'll be like face cam view. And it would probably take out the crick in my neck the more I hunch over. But let's see, don't forget to subscribe to PewDiePie. Okay. Yeah, the hashtag PewDiePie, hashtag Guzzly, hashtag Sammy, hashtag Mitchell. Was that Michael? No, Mitchell. Hashtag on hashtag on hashtag. Yeah. Ugh. I'll show you the picture again of the character who I'm drawing. His name is Lucas. Don't know a last name yet, but this is Lucas in his powered up, practically Super Saiyan form, if you want to say. I'm a big fan of transformations, and this is what I came up with. Hashtag trademark, hashtag everything, hashtag you can't steal this character, hashtag, oh, that's not how hashtag works. Thank you. And Ultra Instinct. Love Ultra Instinct. I liked the original Ultra Instinct before it became perfect because it looked like it was just so modern and it was so normal that it fit all the descriptions that I like. I like how it looked like it was just basic instinct, literally. And it was like from somebody like punching and kicking, and this dude is dodging and punching and kicking. He all of it. Oh yeah. And since there are people in here now, be sure to like and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Uh, and there's a lot of stuff that I based off of a lot of animes over the years, but I had to kind of take a break from anime for a little while, which was not very long, and so I can get my bearings in it because I don't want to like start taking or stealing anything by subconsciously doing it off of stuff. Like I want to know what I can come up with, and there's a lot of stuff that I came up with on my own that I'm doing right now. I know they are, bro. I know they are. Okay. Truth be told, I am actually very happy that you guys are in the chat and everything. Makes me feel special. And if you guys keep continuously hear it vibrate, it's because of the my phone. Love you too. Have a good night. I'll be right back anyway. I got to go get some stuff and wash my hands because I feel greasy. And I am back. Hello, everybody. I got myself washed my face, washed my hands, and got this little tool that should help me with everything I'm doing. All right. Hey.
So I'm on YouTube, right? And I'm watching the Avengers. What do you mean?
Live. I'm live.
On what?
YouTube.
Really? How many people do you have?
Oh, I had Christian. Well, Guzzly. Can't really say names. Guzzly. I've had a couple people come in and out. Had one person, then that person left. And they came back. Mostly all the people that I
Talk to?
Nice character you got there.
He's
Does he
that
have
guy.
It looks like a bow. Looks like he has a bow tie. Not a normal tie, but a bow tie.
It's a do-rag.
Around his neck.
Hmm?
Around his neck.
He's got a tie.
I know. That part right there looked like a bow tie.
Probably.
Bow ties are like that, and then square.
Yeah.
Lined up. Shit. I could never tie a bow tie. That shit would probably be difficult as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, this is
Deuces.
UTO live.
I'm really just talking about anything at this point. You know,
That's what you do.
what's up?
Whenever you accumulate more people, and you're like, writing down questions, like writing down, or not writing, sorry, drawing.
Mhm.
Ask questions. Like ask them questions, or if they need advice, answer it. Like a Q&A.
Yeah, I will. But I have to give them material first. And I know I will. I get it. Thanks and all that. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up, Charles Brooks? That's new. See you. That was my little brother. He's awesome. I'm okay. I'm tired, but I was like, screw me being tired. I got 2 days off, unless my people want to call me in for more days, which I'm gonna decline because I can't do it. I don't. I was just doing like an overnight, which means I stay up practically till 8 o'clock in the morning at my job. I'm a security guard, you know. Yeah, I did that on Saturday. So Sunday, I stayed sleep from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon. Mm. And so I was like, screw all that tonight. You know, you can't really start your career in, well, anything unless you start doing it, you know. And right now, my career is what I make of it, I guess. All right, but enough about me a little bit, because you're gonna have to like know a little bit more about me throughout this little ordeal, us chatting, us talking, all that. I'm here to, you know, entertain. See, I've always wanted to make the world smile, but it doesn't work that way. So if I can't make the world smile by conventional means, I'll make the world smile by my art. I'll also make the world laugh and cry because, why not? Uh, so I should go in for like drama and everything. But I mean, school's expensive and there's not enough time in the world to actually yeah, I respect that. I respect that. I want to create animation. I want to be a movie director or at least a director in my own series. I want to play my characters. I want to be like Monty Ohm, who's been a very big inspiration in my life. And the thing about all I practically just said, like you, Charles Brooks, we have the same interest. I like that. Makes me get to know people a lot better if we have the same interest. But I like how our goals are similar as well. We have a lot in common. And with me, I would love the extra help from my community, people I know, like you guys, to help me create this series. I have many series that I want to create, but uh, right now I can only focus on one. But with this little live stream, I'm focusing on one of the ones that I want to do, but am very lacking on. That's awesome, bro. Or girl. Can't remember who you were. I'm sorry. I'm bad with people at the moment, especially when I'm tired. Oh, what's that? See, I'm trying to give my style a kind of African boondocks kind of feel, a little bit. Well, with this one, I want it to be Shonen Jump in my own version, if you know what I mean. I already got some friends who want to voice act in it. So I've got, I have to produce the work. They said they don't even care about the money until not even until, just I need to produce something before they want to get on board. And I can respect that. And that's how you know these guys are just like the people who are in it for the money. These guys are in it for the enjoyment. They're not they're not trying to make it big. They're just trying to do something with their friend, you know? And man, I need to work on my dimensions and stuff because nothing is consistent right now. When I'm not looking at references or anything like that, my style tends to, I guess this is my style. Hey, how's it going, Andrew? Hashtag Andrew Goals. Yeah, practice makes perfect. All right, let me take a break from drawing this for a sec so I can show you guys what my latest art has been through. Just like from the show Ruby, I have a friend named Sam. He for his birthday, he wanted me to draw him a character that was cross-dressing as hey, I got a subscriber. Thank you. Shout outs to Charles Brooks. Awesome. And his character's name is Gamu Star, which is a girl, and he wanted me to make her cosplay as Yang Xiaolong. So this is what she looks like. I still need to work a little harder on what I'm trying to do. I could always be a tad bit better. And I know I can. Thank you for the most of confidence and stuff. He's from one of my series that its name is called Colors. Excuse me, I kind of spit there. He I'll get into that later if I'm still streaming. This girl coming up is from the same series Lucas has been in, the character who I was just drawing a second ago. You'll see her in a sec. There she is. They're all my own original characters, and thank you for telling me about the great detail. Right now, her arms and her, breasts and her body is kind of out of whack. But I really love her hair design. Really love it. Get into those two characters later. And there's another guy from my series called Colors. Trademark, you can't steal it, it's mine. Like, this is me freehand, I guess. But if I was really trying my hardest on it, it would be better than what you see here. Like this right here. These are characters that I just drew up. Let's see. The girl kind of reminds me of Avatar. I guess. These are all freehand. I didn't really look off of anything to draw these characters. These were just what I was looking up, not looking up, sorry. What I was thinking of at the time. I'm showing y'all my sketchbook. Some of these characters aren't from the same series, but most of these characters that you see here are. The ones with the names are pretty much from the same series, or the ones that I've really been thinking of, but never really put them out on the yeah. Uh, I still got a lot more to show, but I'm gonna put it down to because my shoulders and my arm hurts just a little bit. And no, my hand isn't on my crotch. It is on my thigh because I got nothing else to rest it on. So I'm not a pervert. Well, the series where Lucas is from, I gave it two different names. Uh, one I called it I don't remember what I called it, but the previous one that I'm letting it be is called a premise. Kinda. I would say that I have a kind of storyboard and summary of it. I'll tell you that I got specific plot points in it. I could actually do that right now. Now that you mention it, um, the story is about a boy who is a pacifist, but he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, like to protect people and all that. But he doesn't realize that at the moment. He's been raised as a fighter, but also like a monk. He's the kind of typical anime protagonist who is energetic, happy-go-lucky, has a kind of black person vibe to him. You know, the kind of um, I'm real, I'm here, and it's got like he's had a hard knock life kind of feel to him. Truly, uh, he wants to become a sage. That's the he wants to become a sage. He's in this sages are um they're pretty much like Hokage or a huntsman or huntress from Ruby. They're I guess not Hokage, but they're like the Ambu Black Ops, the Jonin, the Soul Reapers that are like lieutenants or captains. Not the head captain, but a captain in general from Bleach. A great martial artist like in Dragon Ball Z, but they can be practically anything. Yeah, pretty much. And he doesn't know what kind of sage he wants to be, but he knows he loves to fight, he loves to protect, you know, the basic premises. But I'm still working out his personality. I have a friend who he's based on, and the story of how I created his character is, I guess, a heartfelt story, a little bit. Back in high school, I had a friend of mine. He he was just this cool dude. Like our whole story was like, you know, I'm that kind of kid who's like the outcast. Not really an outcast, more like I'm just that other person. You know, the guy who Naruto runs in the hallways and stuff like that. Yeah, that was me. And I would see all my classmates crowd over him. We never had any classes together because it was like the beginning of the year. It was my freshman year. And I would wonder who this kid was. I never saw his face. It was like, you know, those moments where you have like an inner circle, like everyone else is kind of like a background character of your life, and they don't really matter because they're just in the background. You barely even know what they look like or see, uh, pretty much. And all I was seeing was the back of his, well, hair and his backpack. And he had a Dragon Ball Z backpack. And I thought he was younger than me. Or, you know, like he was like in like the 8th grade, 9th grade or whatever. And he I see him with his backpack all the time near the lockers, but I never really like walked up to talk to him or anything. I just didn't really mind. Anyway, a moment I was talking to two of my new friends during one of our assemblies, and he was sitting up in the bleachers as well. And he was right next to me this whole time. And I still didn't see his face. Like, I just couldn't recognize his face or anything at all. It was just like maybe like that half corner eye view or something like that. And he saw me drawing. He's like, those drawings are pretty cool, man. He showed me his drawings, and it was like Dragon Ball Z, Kung Fu Panda. I was like, holy crap, you're pretty good too. But he wasn't the center of my attention. It was the girl and the guy who I was sitting next to, who were my two new friends. And then it became my last hour where, you know, it's the fourth hour, about to go home, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking about The Lion King. And I told them that I was Kovu, and he said that I'm Simba. I look at him and I'm like, well, that means I marry your daughter. And he's like, I'm like, I like this guy. And I'm like, I love Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. He's like, I love Dragon Ball Z too. And we kind of hit it off like that. And so what happened was the bell rung. I was getting my stuff. I just so happened to glance over to him, and his backpack was the Dragon Ball Z backpack that he had. And I'm like, you're the kid with the backpack. And he just became part of my reality, pretty much. Oh, man. And I'm not going to give away his name because, you know, don't want to like do that whole law thing and all that until he probably makes it big, because he'll probably make it big before I will. And then I would say years later, he said, "You want to make an anime?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" This was our senior year, and I draw. He said that I draw anime more consistently than he does because he draws more real life. The thing is, I can draw real life too, but I want to know how to draw anime, and anime is actually my worst art skill. I can draw real life. How you see me right here, I can practically draw myself, even if I have a reference. Like I just took a screenshot of how I look, and but you know, anime is where I want to be. So back to the story. Me and him, he wanted me to draw him an anime character, so I did. And he said he wanted him to have white hair. That's all he wanted. So I started drawing a character, drawing him pretty well. It's the typical anime character, light skin, spiky hair, but it's white. Boom, there's the anime character. He said he wanted him to have yeah, I feel you. He wanted him to have tiger stripes. And this is during the time the webtoon series called God of High School came out. So hashtag class of 2016. That's the year I graduated. So not that long ago, but pretty long ago. Anyway, but the thing was, he was like, that character is so cool. And so I made him have like different forms, different hairstyles, but it did not feel right to me. And actually, to help boost the fact, I will show you the original designs of that guy right now, which I do have the books and stuff about, because I'm a big sketcher and artist, or whatever you want to call me. Blah. If I still have it, which I probably do. This ain't the right book. Excuse me while I go through all the sketches of my sketch books. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. That actually might be the book. Yeah. I don't know what I did with him. Guess he's lost forever. Well, I appreciate that, Andrew. I never see you at work anymore. Did you leave us? I'll tell you right now, this book, every artist has done it at least once. We have lewd in our specific, we just draw what we want to draw, you know what I mean. Still can't find him. Jeebus, what have I done? It's almost, is this it? Nope. How many sketches? How many sketchbooks do I have? Let's count them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's it. Yeah, I have a bad habit of drawing a lot. I won't lie to you. I think I ripped them out and threw away the key. I won't lie to you. I feel like I did that because I didn't like the design. I will say, but I will say that man, I cannot breathe. I cannot speak. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. And all that good stuff. It was an okay design. I mean, it was a good design. I might use it for something else. But basically, at first he was just a spiky haired, light skinned guy. I'm not saying light skinned as in black or white or anything like that. I'm just like the typical anime protagonist has a light skin tone and has spiky hair to some extent. Yep, true. It does. Creativity. Sadness. Sadness. Thank you for the likes. And then I was like, how about I color the top spikes and all right here black, but everything else is white. And it looked pretty good. I won't lie. And he still had the tiger stripes going all around and stuff like that. But it wasn't. It didn't. It still didn't feel right to me. So thank you for the likes. I see those up there. Thank you. Um, and it still didn't look right to me. To me, it just I didn't want to be the same as how they are in Japan. You know, they all look exactly alike to some extent. I mean, there are some good references here and there, like Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. He's got a unique character design, and Goku, Naruto. Like you don't have those kind of characters. Yusuke Urameshi. I mean, he doesn't look like nobody. And even Ichigo doesn't even look like somebody. Yeah, I love the show too. Love the show too. And hashtag Full Metal Alchemist. Anyway, so I felt like it just wasn't sinking in, and how my friends' reactions to it was, they were so modern, they were so basic. I didn't want him to feel like if this is going to be his character, they're going to be a letdown. You know what I mean? I wanted him to have a different perspective of this character. This is going to be his character. So I want to make him the best freaking character there is. So I sat down one day and I felt like giving up on this character. Okay. I felt like I should just move on and do something else, which I was planning on. I just got into the habit of watching, this was about maybe 2017. I got into a habit of watching this guy named White Manga. He's sponsored by Saturday AM, which is kind of like Shonen Jump, but for Western anime and stuff like that. So should have been like Ruby and all them, but it's he's got. I actually have two of his books. He makes a manga, Western manga called Apple Black, and I was just blown away by it. He seemed to be African American and Arabian, which I believe he is, but I can't get into race because I don't even know what I am. I know I'm African American and Native American, but I don't know what clan, what type, whatever. Anyway, he started drawing characters' hairs like with his own characters, and he just started drawing them and drawing them and drawing them. I was like, oh, that is so cool. And then he drew this one character with dreadlocks. And I was like, holy sh. And I'm like, wait, let me just start making, I got an idea. Right? And so I was like, holy crap, this is it. And I didn't even put two and two together at first. And then I was like, why not make him black? Or dark-skinned, whatever you want to call them. There's no race. And this, my friends, is Hedekai's final design. Yes, the character's name is Hedekai. Trademark. I kind of got, see, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, so that might have to be trademarked and changed to be something else, like maybe cargo shorts or something, or cargo pants. But I'm keeping this, but I'm going to change it to where it fits. And that's when Hedekai was born. The real, true final design of Hedekai. And I guess that's the story of how Hedekai was born and all that. Thank you. And he when I showed my friend that, he was like, "Whoa, holy crap, this is my character. Awesome. This is so cool. Oh, Peyton, I didn't even know you could do that. That is so dope." And yes, my name is Peyton. But, call me whatever. Do not call me Mr. Big Nose. It's Mr. Big Nosed. Anyway, and after that, we that's practically how I met one of my best friends, and we created an anime character together. And he looks a lot like him, but just in anime form. He doesn't have dreads like that, but he is a African American male, short, and has smaller dreads. I think he cut them off. And right now he is doing songs, songs and rap in like mini bars and stuff like that. And he's doing well for himself. And I'm kind of part of his crew on that. Awesome. I'll see you later, Andrew. Thank you for being here. You're an awesome person. Um, and so what my friend is doing, he's going to do the music part of it. My whole family is all about music, and we are about art. And I want to take that and put it into this show. And I'm going through with it. This right here is my passion. 9 to 5 jobs. I want to be security. That's what I am. I'm going to try my hardest to do my work here and get my money on like Patreon, which I do have a Patreon, but I haven't linked it to my YouTube yet. Maybe I'll figure it out. And I'll get back to you guys on it, because I will probably have a new channel and do a lot of my work on there, and then see if I can start getting money that way. But it's not about the money, but the money is important to me, not to me specifically, but I do need it to get the stuff I need to get it done. I'm also taking lessons online on how to draw better in proportions and stuff like that, learning the basics. So I will be improving art throughout this year, and I should be producing a first good animation, even if it's just like, just the line work on a white screen. I'm still gonna show you guys at least a fight scene, because Monty Ohm he is the person who made me love fight scenes. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even have got this far. And just to show you guys my work and what I've been doing. Um, Here's the fight between Hedekai. I'll tell you this right now. He's not this old yet. I would say this is Hedekai when he's like 19. I can't like draw on this yet. Yeah, everyone starts somewhere. I'll show you what he looks like in that in the comic strip scene thing that I'm doing right now. Not right now, but what I've done so far. Let's see, where are you at? It's not in there. Wada. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. There. No, that ain't it. Nope. Found it. Where are you? I'll get you specific characters in a sec. But here is one of the designs I'm trying to come up with for Hedekai when he's like around 16. And as you can see from the note, he's got a yellow belt this time to tell you what rank he is in his martial arts training and stuff like that. And if you see up here, that little blue band he's got is the same blue band that he has to hold his dreadlocks when he's a little older. And those gloves he has on, little gloves, they're actually, I call them gear. Let's see if I can find that. Sorry, I have a lot of books for a lot of things and a lot of different reasons. Let's see. Suppressing gear. I call it suppressing gear. I would say that I'm using the term mana or soul energy. Let's see. Cool. I'm the same way. And I like to put the fantasy and put the Final Fantasy. Okay, Final Fantasy is one of my biggest biggest inspirations to a lot of my work. Like with characters that look like they're wearing modern clothes with these steampunk / cyberpunk style gear, like Squall Sword. I do have it. It's it's in my closet. And that stuff and Cloud Sword, the people's armor, all that, even the shoulder pad thing going on with Cloud, all of it, it feels so right, so you know. Anyway, back to the suppressing gear. It stores up energy, and let's see. These enchanted fabrics contain and or store soul energy. As it stores the energy, it creates a balance between a person's mental and physical energy, allowing one's strength to be calm and focused. These gear can either contain the energy and allow it to be focused or stored for reserved power. Think of it as 3 forms of change. I like how you use those big words. I still need to learn those big words. Aesthetic. Here's what it looks like. The suppressing gear. I'll get down to the warnings of suppressing gear in a sec, because it has a consequence to using it in the story, in the show. It tells you why nobody uses this suppressing gear anymore, that is just kind of outdated and it's dangerous. A lot of the bad characters will still use it. You'll see them use it because they know what it does and they know the effects and harmfulness it can bring, but people still use it anyway. You'll see it throughout the show, but a lot of the characters won't know what it is until you get up there into the show. I won't be telling you all about it, but I'll tell you what what everything else is in here, I guess. All right. To give you guys the sample, forbidden power weapon, yeah, pretty much. But not it's not a power, it's a tool. It's like you have the bullets and the magazine, but it's the gun. The suppressing gear is the gun. And your bullets are your energy. So it can either enhance it or focus it. And it comes in one color. Say it's white, right? And say it's this glove. I put the glove on and it changes colors based on how powerful how much energy I'm producing. So like say for Goku, for example, say he doesn't know how to hide his energy yet. And so the scouters can see that he's at 9,000. And instead of it being like at 5% power. And so what happens is it turns black. If it turns like to the blackest of black, to where it looks like literally full on colored black, it means that you are using too much energy and it's absorbing too much energy. And that's where the negative repercussion comes in. The negative repercussion is using too much energy can overflow the gear and cause the gear to leak out the person's soul power or mana. It'll start to like singe and boil and just drip, just starts dripping. And that's all your energy. So it just kind of like evaporates into the earth. Like it just drips on the grass and it just, I don't know, it kills it, the grass, then it brings back life because it's pure energy. It can be pure or it can be destructive, whatever. And using this too much power will cause the color to change. If it becomes a black steel color, you know you're in danger. You're in the danger zone. When it turns black, the energy you use will begin overheating the gear and singeing the person's hand, scarring the wearer. So it's literally burning and singeing. So it's pretty much like 30-degree burn, 40-degree burn, whatever the highest degree of burning human flesh is. This is one of the reasons most people don't use suppressing gear in these day and age. Third? What do you mean? Oh, okay, 3rd degree, my bad. 3rd degree. Thank you. The only few people still using suppressing gear are people who do combat arts, martial artists and stuff like that, or the villains of the story. Just the thugs that actually have names and have reference, not just like a basic thug who, runs around with a crowbar or uses magic and tries to beat the little guy. They wouldn't know what it is. And if they did get their hands on it, they would probably use it up to where it singes them without them understanding why they're being singed in the first place. It's like having a robot gauntlet on that shoots out blast, but then it overheats and they're not giving it time to cool down, so it just blows up. Except without the blowing up part, it's not that dramatic. You can use suppressing gear in 2 ways. With focus energy, no matter what type it is, you can always use the power into an ultimate burst of power. The gear fabric absorbs the excess energy a person doesn't even know they are using. That's pretty much what I just told you a second ago about you're using too much energy and you don't know how to calm down your energy. That's why you lose stamina when you go out into a fight, especially with someone who's just learning how to use their mana, their energy and all that. You're like, why with one, like Dragon Ball Z, for example, why with one Kamehameha am I now like on my knees out of breath? When Goku can probably shoot off about maybe 2 good Kamehamehas or 3 and still be up fighting. So, that takes time and training, and that's what this is for. Making it 10, if not 100% max more powerful. So if you have like let's say Krillin's scatter bullet. If you have like Krillin's scatter bullet, he uses the scatter bullet, and it kills 6 Cybermen or 5 Cybermen. And with the suppressing gear on, it'll not just kill 5 of them, but it'll kill all the Cybermen, and to where not just their body parts are left, but no trace at all. It's just OP as hell. Or you can be in your basic form and you can be like Yamcha using a Kamehameha against a Super Saiyan. I would say a Super Saiyan 1 or a Super Saiyan 2. A Super Saiyan 1 or a Super Saiyan 2 Goku or such and such. So if you are like Krillin, and we saw Krillin, spoilers, if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Super, Krillin used a clash Kamehameha with Goku. He clashed Kamehameha waves with Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and he was holding it. He was holding it for a very long time. Now, picture that, but if he had the suppressing gear on, he could use it in a burst. Like, okay, let me use the suppressing gear, and it uses all the energy you stored into it into a maximum burst that gives him an edge over Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha. Oops, excuse me, I farted. Blah. And then you've got it in the other way, because that's just one way of using it. See? But it comes with drawbacks, and I pretty much just told you how the drawbacks work. So you can't put too much into it. You've got the containing part of it. This is the second way of using it. Containing energy is probably one of the most smartest and useful ways to use all your stored energy to its fullest potential. This is something that not a lot of people know about containing one's power. It is hard to do, and if you screw it up, you'll end up having scars and singe marks on a person's body, depending on where the suppressing gear is laid. Pretty much, this is like say your suppressing gear is at the black, right? And you've been storing more energy into it, like small amounts. Say you've been, it's at the black, but it's not at the blackest the black, to where it's gonna like start burning and stuff. And you can still store energy in there, but right when it starts to get hot, you need to back off. So when you do that, you can use it, like you could just rip it off, or it'll like explode or whatever, and then all that energy that you stored will come back inside of you. So you just have a burst of like getting like a sensu bean times 10. Just being like, oh, that's that good shit. Team 4-star Cell, all that. But it's only a burst of energy, so you can use that up like a rush, like in a rush move where you guys clash or collide or whatever like that. So it's pretty much like Kaioken, I guess. It's a more stored Kaioken instead of just saying Kaioken. It's whatever the enchantment for breaking off the suppressing gear is. Oh yeah, in like the focus suppressing gear part of it, not the contain. I'm going back to number 1. you can use it like a blast. So you can, if you don't have the knowledge to control and make an orb of your own to, shoot out, whatever, you can use the suppressing gear to be like, all right, I'm gonna just use you as a blast, and it'll go down, and you can start storing it back up if you want to. But in doing so, that's another costly of it is it'll start to being like you were overheating the material, and the material is like old school, so it's not up to date, and no one's tried to remake it and make a 2.0 or whatever. So, there's that. Sorry, I'm trying to pop my leg. Get these stretches in. Been sitting around for almost 2 hours. I should really get something to drink. Dang it. Hang on. Got it. Just so you know, all of this is trademarked by me. Okay. Exactly. I like that analogy. Okay, but that's how the gear works. And as you can see, he he's got this kind of small glove thing going on. But in this form, you can see how long his sock glove is, or whatever you call that. And he's got another one right here. Excuse me. He's got a little little wristband thing going all the way up here. I don't know what they're called, but he has two suppressing gears, which is more of a cheat way of storing all your energy. But I wouldn't say he's on the level of Goku and them blowing up planets. Not yet. Haven't made it that far. But now let me get back to the comic, manga, sketch, storyboard of what I was saying earlier. Hmm. Okay. None of this is it's all in pencil. It's not been inked with pen. And yeah, these are the pens I use. Let's see if I can read it to you. Pigma Macrons. This one is 005. And Here's the comic so far. Uh, I told you about Lucas. You were here when I mentioned Lucas, right? Let me know. Let me know. This is up here is Hedekai. Up there is Lucas, the guy with the yeah, yeah, Lucas. And this is when Lucas uses his power. And right there, he's tossing his do rag while his hair is like standing up now. These females right here, they're a part of his group. The people he's with. Up here, you can say like if they're like there's a ninja standpoint, she would be the head leader. She would be the leader of their clan or whatever, and that's her daughter. But I won't get into that right now. No, this is the tournament arc. This is when uh, Hedekai gets back from his training, and they said we're gonna do this whole tournament thing, and now we're gonna. These two are in practically like the semifinals. Think of Lucas as Levi or Neji from Naruto. Levi from Attack on Titan and Neji from Naruto. God rest his soul. If you spoilers on Naruto Shippuden if you haven't watched that. Uh, these two up here, I'll get into them later if you want to know. But there's the sketches of Hedekai and all them. That sucks. But it is what it is. I'm still trying to put something right around here. And thank you. Let's see. Okay. And in this state, I keep forgetting what it is, but I wrote it down in here where they actually explain it. So basically, he's pretty fast now. So he like rushes over here to Hedekai, and Hedekai tries to get out of the way. But Lucas, he's so fast that even though Hedekai is trying to get through even though Hedekai is trying to, what's it called, sidestep, Lucas sidesteps as well. And Lucas, hold up. When Lucas sidesteps, he uppercuts, Hedekai. Oh, my bad. This is a character I've been working on. What's her name? Let's see. Sakigun is what I named her. But I have this thing with putting 2 O's on everything. It's kind of one of the things I do. And this right here is called Pyro, because most of his attacks have something to do with pyro in it. And so this was called Pyro Burst. And he's like up in the air, and he's just wailing on him, just wailing on him. As you can, let me see if I can just put it up there closer to you, so you can just see that they're just like a bunch of nonstop fist. And this one right here, this is called Pyro Drive. It's when just a bunch of flames spark up, and he hits you with it. Oh, this guy, his name is Mallow. He when I went over to my friend's apartment, he introduced me to this guy, and I was like, he was sitting down smoking a cigarette. So I was like, I'm gonna draw a character based off him, and this is what I came up with. The dude is Caucasian with blonde hair, and I'm like, and he was smoking a cigarette. So I was like, okay, cool, and that's who Mallow is. I don't really have a backstory for him, but he looks really, really freaking cool. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see like more details clearly. But if any case, since it skipped the other page, surfer bro, yes, weed bro. Thank you. And you could say this is like Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. This is where they were fighting, and this is where he dropped. This guy is Hedekai's rival. I'll get into him later. If I made this an anime and I was voice acting anybody, it'd be him. And there's the uppercut, which has got a very long arm. Bleh. I still need to work on all my stuff, but like I said, this is just a sketch art. This isn't the actual thing. And there's him. You can see him. You can see that he's steaming. Like his whole body's steaming. Think of it like Second Gear, One Piece Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, but not like I don't really know how to explain it. And you see Hedekai is down and all that, and now I'll tell you what he's saying. Like he's saying, like, you want to know how this power works, why I haven't used it up till now, because the dude's a pretty good martial artist going. So hold up. All right. So okay, check this out. Let me know if you're still with me. Whoever's on the stream. I really don't want to get into too much detail because I don't want to like have somebody. Okay, I don't want nobody like stealing my art, but who's gonna watch this? Um. All right. Let me try this to go through as quick as I can. The power ignites the molecules in the air around me, and it starts automatically heating up my body, making every movement I make ignite and burst into flames. How my hair catches flames is a mystery to even me, but it sure as hell looks cool. Which it does look cool. Yeah, all right, I respect that. So basically, what happens is when he transforms into this practically Super Saiyan mode, his body, he just starts to everything around him. Everything around him is ignites. So even if he like moves his hand like this, it starts to vibrate the molecules in the air to where they just ignite like a snap. So even if he makes a snap, it'll probably catch on fire. But that also comes with a really bad drawback because his hair is on fire, but it doesn't really do anything. He could put his hand on his head and it still won't burn. But with that, so if he like clenches his fist and punches you, it's going to ignite in between those. So it's kind of like here's an example. It's like Bakugo's explosion on impact. So the closer it gets to a person or the more it moves, it'll ignite and just. But he can't use it like it's an explosion. I haven't tried that yet, but I don't want to like make that how his power works because this is a more fist to fist kind of thing, not a superpower. Copyright. And he's a very yeah. And especially when he's got a running start, and the more body this dude produces as he's like running over there, the more it'll ignite as he's doing it. So it'll look like he's making a cross flame, like if somebody kicks and then the fire just kind of trails off with it. So you're pretty much getting kicked with a super kick. And yeah, that's nasty. And this part, I just had a brainstorm on because it just didn't feel right to me. You got to go? Or is that what you saying, though? This part up here, he was saying he's pretty much telling the dude to give up, that he's not that he's unworth fighting, but he's too weak. Think of him also like hit, like, I don't want to kill you, not on accident or not on purpose. And then the Hedekai tells him, hold up. Oh, he calls him a cocky bastard. And that's when he looked over here to Hedekai standing up. Because nobody's ever, like, no one's ever truly stayed up from one of these attacks, especially two pyro attacks, Pyro Rush and Pyro Drive. Pyro Drive is just a straight shot, while Pyro Burst is just burst of heat punching you in the face. And on this side right here, this is the part I actually feel very proud of. This picture right here in this picture of him getting up, and you can see the like the smoke coming off of him, because those are the spots he got hit, and his whole entire outfit is kind of like torn. And then Hedekai, when he tries to get up, he sits back down with like one knee still kind of up, so he's like resting his arm on it. And I like the whole hair and dreadlocks in his face, so you can't somewhat see. Hedekai says, "I'm sure I can beat a genius who thinks less of his opponent as a waste of time." And he says, "You think how that's how I think of my opponents." Hey man, the stream starts to buffer on me. I'll catch you later. Wish best in your manga. It sounds cool. All right, peace. See y'all. I'm gonna end the stream now anyway. So since everybody's leaving and it's lagging, I've been on it for too long. But comment down below on the stream. Subscribe if you guys are new. Like the video, all of that. And I hope to see you guys again. Because I like you guys and you guys are awesome. So you guys take care. I just hope it saves. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But